about paying for this and paying for that. I'm reminded of Frederick Douglass, who used to say that he knew one thing if he didn't know anything else. And that is that in this world you may not get everything that you pay for, but you certainly will pay for everything that you get. And if you don't pay one way, then you're going to pay another way. Well, I can tell you that the people who are unemployed have already paid because they've already worked. They've already paid into the system. And I can wonder how we're going to feel when we go to our parades on the 4th of July. When we sing patriotic songs, My Country 'Tis of Thee, Sweet Land of Liberty. And when we talk about all of the freedoms that we have, we've got 1.7 million people who are free to be broke, who are free to be unemployed, free to be hungry, free to be living in misery, wondering where their next meal is going to come from. How do they pay the rent? How do they keep their kids in school? Well, I can tell you, I can't believe that we would actually do this. And so any excuse is good enough if you don't want to do it. But let's do the real and the right thing. Let's vote to extend unemployment benefits to those who deserve it.
Thank the gentleman. In Cleveland, where I come from, unemployment is devastating our community. People are demanding that their government, our government, recognize the suffering of families who have lost jobs and can't find work. Will Washington tell my constituents and people like them all over America, we have money for war, but no money for the unemployed? We have money for military contractors, but no money for the unemployed? We have money, billions, for corrupt foreign governments, but no money for our unemployed in the United States? We have money for tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, but no money for the unemployed? Hundreds of billions for Wall Street, but no money for the unemployed? Instead, out-of-work poor and middle class, they get lectures on balancing the budget, lectures on pay-fors. But what are people supposed to do when they don't have budgets because they don't have money? When they can't pay for food, shelter, clothing? Yes, we need jobs. But people out of work can't find a job, and they have to survive. People need unemployment benefits because they have to pay for their mortgage, their rent, their utility bills, because so many Americans are hanging on by their fingertips. Some exhort our constituents, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. What if you don't have money to buy boots?
Let me just go on record and say, I cannot believe in the wealthiest country that has ever existed on God's green earth that we are having a debate about whether or not we should let 1.3 million people plus over the course of the next few weeks go without unemployment when unemployment's at 10%, there's 5 people looking for every 1 job, and we can't muster up the courage in this body to pass unemployment benefits? And our friends on the other side said, well, this is not an emergency. So all of those folks over the 4th of July, get your charcoal out, get your grill, go buy your hamburgers and hot dogs and lay them on the grill, relax, put your flip-flops on, put your shorts on, put the sunblock on. There's no emergency here. That's what our friends on the other side are trying to tell the 1.3 million people who will go without anything. And if you think the deficit is bad now, wait till we get another wave of foreclosures, another wave of people who aren't paying their bills, another wave of bankruptcies. And our friends on the other side have consistently said no. We tried to get money from BP to pay for the oil spill. They said no. We took on the insurance companies. They said no. We took on Wall Street. They said no. We took on the banks. They said no. If you took the word no out of the dictionary, the Republican Party would be speechless. I yield back the balance of my time.